Welcome again, day 3 of the CAP Money course. I'm joined in the studio with Emma and Cyrus Bandara, who are our CAP coaches. Today they're going to give us their personal journey, how they met CAP, how CAP has helped them, and how CAP has changed their lives. So Cyrus and Emma, welcome again, thanks for joining us. What was life like for you before you were introduced to CAP?
Well, Sandy, it was just unbearable really. We'd spent 7 years struggling with debt, with there being ill health and jobs lost and one thing after another really. We were receiving a snowball of letters, you owe us this and you owe us that, and the phone would ring at 9 o'clock at night when we were putting, when the kids were in bed, wake them up, and there'd be some quite nasty people on the other end of the phone, and we'd have letters from bailiffs and I would have to arrange to be out so that I wouldn't be there when they called, and we were basically dependent on handouts from the family. If we hadn't have had those handouts, I'm not quite sure how we would have coped.
And how were you introduced to CAP?
Well, through the church. We were introduced to CAP, we did the CAP Money course, and then quite simply, after doing the course, we worked through the budget and we had to self-refer because it just wasn't stacking up. We earned in income much less than we were able to pay out what we were due to pay out, and so we referred through to the CAP Money Plus program, who from that point just took us through to now being completely debt free.
Wonderful. So explain to me and those who are watching how the CAP Money Plus changed your lives.
It was like a breath of fresh air, Sandy. They took all of those letters and they dealt with the creditors on our behalf. We didn't have to have any contact with them anymore. It was just a whole weight lifted off of our shoulders. So we redirected phone calls to them. We put letters into an envelope that they actually supplied, postage paid as well. The creditors stopped calling and they built a budget for us, which we then had to stick to. But it was one in which we could afford because it had been done, set by the guidelines of things that people are entitled to live on. So it was a completely different life after CAP Money Plus took everything on.
So that was then. What's life like for you now?
It's fantastic, Sandy. We are, as I said earlier, completely debt-free. We operate the system we talked about in the previous DVD here, where we operate 3 bank accounts and we're in complete control of our money. It's given us much more freedom of choice. We get days out with the kids, we haven't got people banging on the door. We can give regularly and more to CAP and our church and other charities of our choice. And I think the biggest part is that CAP held our hand and guided us through the whole thing. It was like just sitting in your armchair and somebody dragging you by the wheels through like a process which is harrowing. And it just, at the other end of it, has just given us so much freedom and so much choice within our finances that we can help other people with. The kids have got everything that they need, we've got everything that they need, and it's just all thanks to CAP. It's just been phenomenal.
And have you got plans for the future?
It's brilliant. A long time we've never been able to make plans, but we know now exactly how much money we're going to have in our savings account at any given time in the future, just because we have run the system properly and it's working for us really well. We stick to our budget and we hope to be able to have a small holiday this year, first in 7 years. And we really want to get this message out to people that CAP is really worth getting involved in.
And if someone's watching this programme today who's struggling with debt issues, what would you say to them?
Just you've just heard how it's helped us. It helps thousands and thousands of people throughout the UK and abroad. In fact, it's an international concern. You know, statistically, again, I mean, when you come on a course, statistics are quite a big thing just to show and drive home how relevant this is. However, you know, we talked about debt in the UK being relevant. We've also seen statistically that people have cut out meals, they've been unable to feed their children properly. They've also shown that they don't come for help. So it's split between 3 years and people get very ill from it. Some people are even suicidal from it. And so when people don't come for help, they just think that there is no help available. So, you know, it's so relevant in today's society. I do say this, that, you know, if you are struggling with debt, which we have done for a long, long time, and you may be involved with other debt management plans and stuff like that, I'd say get in touch. You know, give us a call on the number at the bottom of the screen here, or there's other ways which we'll talk about later of how you can make contact. But it is essential that you do ask for help if you're in that situation.
CAP are really concerned with what matters to you as well, Sandy. They aren't telling you you can't have certain things in your budget. They're interested to know what's important to you. So do get in touch with them.
Well, if you're watching this programme and you've got debt issues and you feel hopeless, I hope that from listening to Cyrus and Emma's story, that's maybe brought you hope. And our desire is just really to help you and to see you lifted out of the place that you're maybe in now. You maybe feel hopeless, but I want to tell you today that there is hope, and through CAP we know that you can have a better future. So thanks for watching again, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow.